Did you know that your will and your ownership of assets should look the same? Now, what am I talking about? What do I mean by that? So you may have set up a bank account with, let's say you have 3 kids and you set up your bank account joint ownership with one of your kids. But maybe your will says that you want everything to go equally to your 3 kids. Well, what's going to happen? Well, you might be surprised to learn that your bank account, if you own it jointly with one of your children, on your death, it will go to that one child. Now, will that one child divide the money equally with the siblings? Maybe, maybe not. It depends on a lot of factors, including what you told them to do. You might have said, you know what, I really do prefer you. You're my favorite child. Here, all this money is for you. Shh, don't tell your siblings about that. Well, guess what? They are going to find out. So this is going to lead to a lot of unhappiness. The best way to set up an estate plan, if there is going to be some sort of disproportionate distribution of the estate, is that the will should also say that. The will should say that my favored child, not using those words, but we know what I'm talking about, gets all of my bank accounts. That way it's clear. That way this favored child isn't going to be the one who's going to be subjected to maybe not only upset from the siblings, but a lawsuit. Because you can bet when a will says one thing and the bank account says another thing, there's ample ground for somebody to sue the one child who gets everything in the bank account. You don't want that to happen. One of the reasons you want to set up a really good estate plan is so that it is clear, so that on your death, things go easily without any problems, without any lawsuits. So don't have your will say everything goes to my 3 kids and then set up your other assets like your bank account that says on my death it goes to my one child. Now this might be a little confusing because you might be saying, well, my will says this. How can my bank accounts go to my one child? Why that is because your will doesn't govern all your assets. Assets that are titled jointly, joint tenants with right of survivorship, will go to the survivor. So the survivor, if that is your favorite child, that's where that bank account's going to go. Your will might say everything goes equally to my 3 kids, but if you set up your IRA to pay to the favored child, that's where it's going to go. You might even have set up your title on your home to be joint tenants with that favored child, and on your death, the home will go to that favored child by reason of the account, the asset titling. So in all of those examples there, your will said everything goes to your 3 kids, but you set up everything to avoid passing under your will so that it would automatically go to the favored child on your death. So do everyone a favor. If you want everything to go to this particular child, say so. Not just set up the accounts and the titling of the assets that way, but make sure your will confirms that. Your will says, I have 3 children and I don't provide for the 2, but everything will go to the one child. That way, your wishes will be carried out. There won't be any room for the other 2 kids to argue. And if you don't set up your will, like I just explained, to say it goes to the one child, you can bet there likely will be a lawsuit, and that is going to be costly. Costs a lot of money whenever you're talking lawsuit. Your estate's going to be depleted because of all the legal fees. So please don't let that happen. Make sure your will and your assets and how you've set them up are consistent. They say the same thing. That favored child will definitely thank you.